broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Hello, and welcome to GH Reports here on AFTERBUZZ TV. Hi, I am one of your hosts, James Lott Jr., and we're going to talk about all that happened this week. Oh, that was a blunt stop, wasn't it? And it's over. Theme is over. We're going to talk about all the week that was in Port Charles, and it was a good week in Port Charles. You guys are already chomping at it, but you guys want to hear from Ladine, you want to hear from Lacretia. You're ready. You guys are ready this week.
They don't want to hear from me, but I'm here too.
They say me either. They don't want to hear from them too.
I'm so happy about this.
This will be a really good week. So welcome. And so like I said, I'm James Lott Jr. We're going to start from the far left this time.
Oh, yes. I'm the resident chunk after all those chocolate chip cookies that are out there outside waiting for us. I'm Frank Moran. You can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie.
I'm Ladine Harvey, also known as Lady Corinthos.
Yes, that's right.
You can find me on Twitter at Ladine_Harvey.
That's right.
And of course, I am the infamous Lacretia Lyon, and I'm not going to spell my name this time. I'm famous enough, right? You guys keep tweeting me.
I love it.
So yeah, it's at Lacretia Lyon on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever.
That's right. They are tweeting you. They're tweeting you guys now, so they know your name at this point. And of course, you can follow me at Black Hope LA, and that's BLAKHOPELA. And I want to tell you guys, thank you for we got to pass 500 likes on Facebook. We're getting close to 600, but we didn't make it this time. But because we got to 500, we have our first giveaway. And I posted it earlier this week. What the giveaway was, and it's actually some fun stuff. One is a book that's from a fan club event that was a year ago, and it's a good book. I mean, like really personal pictures and all kinds of goodies. So we're giving that away. Plus, our guest, who was on like a few weeks ago, Robert Palmer Watkins, a signed autographed copy of his picture. And then from the four of us, we put the show together. It's not easy. We put it together every week to make sure that everything runs smoothly, and then what we talk about, we talk about. This is what we call a rundown. And you get to have a copy of our first premiere episode back in September, and we each signed it. So you have a little thing from us, too, saying thank you for watching us. So we'll be giving that out later on the show. We're going to have the phone lines open, and it's a trivia question. So you gotta make sure you know your GH history.
There will be a certificate of authenticity going with our autographs, right? Just to make sure we don't want anybody feeling like they can't sell it.
Exactly. So, it's like, come on, it's all legit. All legit. I like that. And I just want to do a quick shout out to one of our fans who watched the show, Susie Morales Smidley. Her 3 kids who are grown each graduated the same day. 2 of them graduated college summa cum laude.
Wow.
And her son, her youngest, graduated early from high school with honors.
That's fantastic.
So, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That is just like, as a parent of a grown children who didn't do all that, I'm very proud of you. It's great.
But are they GH fans? Because if they're not, then
Well, I think they are. I think they are. So I just want to give a little shout out to them because our fans are like our family and we're all part of the same village. Mm-hmm. So that's very good there. So congratulations. And now we're going to go into our main storylines. And this one, everybody's waiting to hear what we have to say. And and pull up the picture number 1, please, for this one. It is the big reveal that Liz knew / Emma breaks our hearts as Sam Trick breaks up. This is a major storyline, and it's just kind of this. I'm starting. I mean, Liz is the main. We're going to talk about her for sure, but I got to say, Brooklyn Ray Sizer, who plays Emma, broke my heart.
Yes.
That little girl deserves an Emmy. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm almost in tears.
It was in there. Okay, never mind. It wasn't. I didn't send the pictures. But you know who she looks like, and she is just amazing. Go ahead and talk about that. A little bit about the storyline.
Yeah, to me, it was just, we all knew it was coming, and I just can't believe that, I want to see the scene where Patrick gets onto Liz and just lets her have it, because it's her fault. His daughter is broken like that, because she kept pushing them together. pushing Sam to be Emma's mother, just so she could have Jason. It's like, you selfish witch. Patrick is your best friend, and you broke his daughter's heart.
Man.
You just better get it next week.
I think anyone that could get me to that emotional place, like, even though you didn't see a tear, that girl was so good.
She was, wasn't she?
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
As an actress yourself, I mean, how did you? I mean, we just look at it going, God, how did she learn this? Like, right?
No, seriously, I was really like, that's really, really good. Like, even though, like, of course, you don't see the waterworks, her acting was phenomenal.
Yeah.
At such a young age.
The fact that they took the moment to really set it up, that she came home, she faked being sick, so she could come home for the surprise, and they just built up her expectations so much just to give her that gut punch.
I actually cried a little bit.
Yes.
I did.
I did too.
She was just like, when she kept saying, I want my mommy.
Right.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh my God! I was just like,
It's
she
like,
is.
where's Robin?
And
Where is she?
Yeah.
him, I mean, and Jason Thompson and her have such chemistry.
Yeah, and I mean to have her go through that kind of heartbreak, so soon after what happened with Patrick and
Right.
Sabrina as well. I mean, it's just back to back.
Yeah.
I can understand why her outlook on love is pretty rock bottom.
Easily, I can see it also, and I just thought it was realistic in the sense that they always say, because I'm a parent and then you're a parent also, like if you are dating as a parent, when do you introduce the kids? There's a whole thing about that.
Well, apparently, it's never too soon or too late to introduce because things still go wrong no matter how long you wait.
I mean, I got Brooklyn. There's Brooklyn. She just amazing actress. I mean, and really an actress, like not just a kid, but she like really works her scenes.
Right.
And that's scenes like that, and what she has then when she's with Finola Hughes is like, I don't want to see her go when Jason Thompson leaves the show. I hope they find a way to keep her on the canvas somehow.
Yeah, because you have, Anna and Mac and Felicia. I mean, she has family. I mean, if Patrick and Robin are gone, Emma can visit Grandma.
She has family, but those families trying to take care of business right now. So
Yeah.
I don't know if she's going to be like a priority to them.
Well, it's just that it's really tough because they went through this with the whole Robin Sabrina thing, and so it feels familiar on some level. And I felt bad for. I know some folks on here don't feel bad for them at all, but I do feel bad for Patrick, and I feel bad for Emma. I mean, not so much Sam, but I feel bad for Patrick and Emma. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, because they were completely innocent in this whole situation. And, I mean, to be honest, certainly Emma, because she's a child, but Patrick is actually one of the few characters that's never done anything to anybody, really.
Right.
And, yeah, for him to be broken like that and see his daughter like that, it's like, wow, Liz, you hurt way more people than just Sam and Danny.
And Cheryl Hawk says the line that I almost chose as quote of the week. I almost chose it when Emma says to Sam, if you're not going to stay, then please go.
Right.
I was like, dang. And
Just leave. I was
and Kelly
like,
Monaco
wow.
played that
Yeah.
beautifully too. She was just like, wow. That was just like, this girl's telling me bye-bye. If I'm not going to stay, then just get out.
Yeah, but in a way, I can see why Jason Thompson may have decided to leave to go to Young and the Restless, because, I mean, he's pretty much essentially playing the same story twice.
Yeah.
Slightly
Yeah.
different points of view, but, I mean, I can understand, like, this is all you're giving my character is just the same thing over and over again.
Right.
Maybe I need to go find something else to get a little revitalized.
Right, like why didn't he give another woman on the show? Why necessarily?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
because
really gave Emma some substance.
They give us give him something to play with. I mean, that storyline was heavy. So let's talk about the other part of the storyline. I'll let you guys take it away. So it came out.
Well, I know Lacretia is so excited,
I
so I
know.
want to give her
Yeah,
plenty of time
exactly.
to go off on this.
We're going to feed off on Lacretia.
Yeah, exactly. You go, girl.
All I'll say just quick is that I thought it was like, James set it up like as the big reveal. I thought it just seemed like a really small reveal. It just seemed so.
Really?
But now when we're talking about like the Nutcracker coming in at Christmas, and you're
right.
expecting like some kind of big
Oh, right.
spectacle,
Okay, I see
a
that.
big public outing of this, and it was just a very tiny, small.
I like
reveal.
that because we all expected it
We
to
did
be at
expect
the
it.
event.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that it was like contained a little bit.
One-on-one.
A lot of things have been like crazy out of hand. So I like the fact that they kind of brought it together.
Now let's turn it
Yes,
over.
I was like, yes, girl.
honestly, it was. I mean, I was so glad that it finally happened. And being so small, I was a little disappointed at first. But it's like, no, you know what? Because Carly's not gonna let this go. She has not met Carly yet. Now that she knows.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. Because Sam, Jason, and I have to give credit where credit's due. Sonny's talk with
Oh,
Jason.
yeah.
I I was so mad that he was talking to him at first, and then when he's like, I wouldn't forgive her, I'm like, yes, honey, this is the one person I hate more than you is Liz.
Because at first, I thought Sonny was trying to tell him to go back to Elizabeth, because I was like, you better stop it right now.
Yeah, I was going to smack him. Even you were.
Stop it. Stop the conversation right there, because it's not going to happen. But then he turned it around, so I'm
I was like, he turned around. I was like, he better turn this around. Better turn.
He's the voice of reason.
Yeah, I know. Both Sonny and Carly were the voice of reason this week, because Liz is just that awful.
And Maxie, too, even though that's later.
Yeah, Maxie's always good.
And I couldn't get enough of Liz just standing by the window, just watching. Is Jason coming? Do I hear the motorcycle? What's happening?
Yeah.
She was a puppy this week.
She was just so pathetic. I mean, like, the fact that she tells the truth, and she's just like, yeah, we can still get married, and it's just like, oh my God, that was like crazy town.
That was the craziest thing.
Like,
you're still gonna divorce Sam though, right? And we can get married. Like, why are you? This is the wrong time.
To
be saying that.
I still wanted little Jake to tell Jason.
Yeah.
I still want him to say something.
He's gonna say something, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be that maybe Jason and Sam will wind up with Jake. It should be, because it's like she used and manipulated her son that was already traumatized from being thought to be dead and on Cassadine Island. It's like, what kind of a mother does that?
And I still can't figure out with Nicholas too, because like when he comes over to talk to Liz and she basically says everything, rather than him freaking out like, all right, well then I lose possibly control of ELQ. What am I going to do now? Oh, hey, I'm sorry you're going through this. I felt like Nicholas was just being so like nonchalant about this whole thing.
I kind of liked that though, because like to me with Nicholas, he's like, whatever. Like, and it was shocking, so it was kind of funny to me. I was like, he's like, no, I'm not worried about it. It's like, really?
Because for him to be so about it, it's almost like, well, why was it a secret in the first place?
Yeah, I was like,
so I didn't like
the
way it was played out with Elizabeth and Nicholas. I was like, okay, this is pointless.
Yeah, because I love how Nicholas is like actually like a good friend in the moment, and then he's just like doesn't care about ELQ. It was like, haven't we been on this storyline for months? Maybe he's just now, I'm done with that too. Whatever.
Yeah, I can't get a read on Nicholas at all with his personality lately.
No.
Yeah, and as we're talking about ELQ, for as much as that it was so important, as Lacretia was saying, for months, him being in control of that, we've never once seen him in the office at all.
No, not at all. No office storyline at all.
Nope.
None. No, I now my whole thing for this whole storyline is funny is that I kind of liked how it was a one-on-one kind of thing where he was just like, tell me the truth. I love that how just the blocking of the show, how she tried to walk away and he stepped in front of her. He would not let her leave. He literally was in her face.
He locked her.
He did. He locked her. She couldn't go nowhere. He was like, no, bitch, tell me. Yes, did you know?
She's been doing what she's been doing this whole entire time, going around the question. And I love that he kept calling her out on it every time.
He didn't let her.
You still haven't answered the question.
Yeah, he did say that.
Can you answer the question?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
I loved it. Yeah. Loved it.
He did say that. Somebody's in their chat room that's in there. It's completely yes. He was like, no, stick to the script. Tell me, did you know before? And she was like, yes.
That was so sad.
Well, she knew it was going to be bad because as soon as Jason comes back from talking to Sam and he starts taking Jacob to go to bed, it's like, Liz is like, all right, let's just get going. Let's go to sleep. It's like, no. I'm going to put him up. I'm going to be right back down. We got some chat.
He's like, don't worry, girl. Again, he's like, don't worry, bitch. We're going to talk about this. We ain't done yet.
Not done.
So it was kind of, I will give Becca Hurst and Billy Miller did amazing work. And just amazing work. Same with Kelly Monaco and Jason Beck. They all did amazing work with the storyline they were given. But I would say it was funny. He was in her face and then he left on the motorcycle.
No, and I hope he goes and eats crow with Sam because he yelled at her, and that was not cool, man.
I was so mad.
Yeah, I was like, Jason, you deserve to eat a little bit. That was not cool because Sam is your wife and the mother of your child, and you knew that at the time where you were siding with Liz, and it's like, I know you don't remember anything, but Liz is a pretty awful person.
Well, I love when Carly finds out after Jason leaves, and he says, you were right. And Sonny tells you, okay, don't run off to Jason. I'm going to tell you something. And she's like,
crazy for
she's like, oh, okay. And she told him, and she was like, oh, okay. He was like, okay. I mean, Carly was like, she was right. I mean, her intentions, and that's always the thing about Carly, her intentions are there most of the time. So, I mean, in this case, she was kind of right about that. And, and not to defend Liz too much, but also just to kind of play devil's advocates. Folks.
We've all been there.
We've all been there. I do like to do this anyway because I like to live dangerously. with the fans. I get why Liz wanted to hold on to Jason because it was finally she felt it was her time to have him.
Yeah, and that's called mental illness. So she needs to be next to Morgan in Dr. Maddox's office.
I like to think of it just that they can't seem to match up every time. It's always something happens, and she thought it was her time to finally have him. Yes, wrong way to go about doing it, but I get where she was kind of coming from.
And it's the same because she could have done everything that she done, and if she had just chosen to say what she knew at the nurse's ball, she would have him right now.
Yeah.
Because as you said, like, who am I? Once I knew who I was, who did I stay with? I stayed with you.
Yeah.
So if she would have just said that right up front and just been honest, they'd be together right now.
That's true.
But if Liz were honest, I mean, we wouldn't have any story for her, right?
It's too late.
Well, I just think that it's I kind of like that they're playing it that he doesn't really know his history fully yet. So it's kind of interesting. Most Emmy stories, they come back, they know who we are, and then it goes, this time it's like he doesn't really know who he is. So the take is really, he's like, yeah, I have a wife and child, but he doesn't remember the love.
Right.
Yeah.
So they decide to go that direction, but to, I guess, rediscover their connection. That could be a fun romantic thing, I guess, with Sam and Patrick, I guess. Wait, Sam, Patrick, so wrong people. Sam and Jason, so who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. But Liz she could get back to Rick or somebody. I don't know.
Well, it's going to be fallout for weeks because basically she's meeting everybody on the Corinthos side right now.
I
But then
know.
she's still got to meet everybody on the Quartermaine side.
Ooh, Monica. Ooh, I want some Leslie Charleston to walk in the door and be like, okay, time. No, I'm talking.
Yeah.
And then read her up and down.
Yeah, like she did Ava. It's like,
She
yeah,
did.
then Liz is just a snack.
Ooh, I know. With Trey and Tracy, too. Oh, my God. All of them are going to start. I mean, they're going to all got something to say. Oh, my God.
This week coming up, Elizabeth is going to be another Lulu.
Oh my God. Well, actually, this moves into our next storyline. Oh, well, at the very end, Jason is outside, and she's like, are you home? So we don't know what he's going to say yet. I feel he's not home.
Just to pick up his stuff.
Yeah, I think so, too. Well, the next storyline is Dante, Lulu, Valerie, Aunt Bobby, and the return of Johnny, Dylan, Olivia, and Little Rocco.
Already Valerie, pushing away friends and family just to be with her man. Like, boy, and Bobby just came by and said, hey, let's go out for dinner. Like, oh, I got plans. Come on.
And Bobby's like, I haven't been on the show in like 10 years, so he brought me back, but I did food for Thanksgiving, and that's it.
I can only come in food-related scenes.
Yes,
That's it.
and then it's it. It's like, hello. Come on, writers. Jackie's even deserves way more than that. But I did like they talked about her mom, and she was trying to let her know. When she said, I've slept with a woman's husband before too. I like that. Because Valerie wouldn't know that. Valerie wouldn't know any of that stuff.
No, and I really liked that Bobby brought that up and was actually very understanding with Valerie. Because, it's like, up until like the last 2 weeks, Valerie was not really the bad guy in this situation. She'd done stuff, but it was... She had pushed away, but now that she's hopped and dating Dante, I'm like, yeah, you just threw yourself under the bus, honey.
And right in.
But, maybe that talk with Bobby and Olivia will snap that girl's head straight.
Yeah.
Why, though?
Well, because, I like when Olivia came and she's like, yeah, your mom gave me a lot to think about. Because it's like, okay, Dante is a father and a husband still.
He chose her. He chose her.
Well, here's what's funny about that, because you talk about this, because he tried to throw back in her face. Well, you didn't give your son, you gave, and he's like, wait a minute, I was a teenager, he was not ready, and with Julian, we just had a one-night stand, we weren't trying to get together. Like, she kind of broke it down, like, you took vows.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and it's just with Lulu, there's a reason that she finally got married and wanted to have kids, This is where I actually felt bad for her because, Dante, it really was more of her image of Dante that's been broken. But, the reason they were together is because Dante was never the type of guy to do that. Every other guy in Lulu's life, including her father, was.
Yeah.
And so, it was kind of sad to see that, happen. And then Dante didn't even think about that. And his mother's like slapping him straight. It's like, go live.
But Valerie stand up for herself. She's like, you don't know about me.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't be talking about, you don't call me that. You don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, Valerie is a Spencer. And I like that about her, that she didn't just take it.
I don't think she's to blame.
No, and Rocco is her cousin. Yeah. So it's like there's a relation there. Both the Rocco's and Spencer. So her watching the baby is not that far-fetched.
Yeah.
But, again...
that part I was like...
It's like another Patrick or Sabrina situation where we just know ultimately they're going to get back together. So, it's just... Basically, it's going to be months of just watching Valerie set herself up and then get the feet cut out from underneath her, and then we're going to watch her cry and weep for a while.
Yeah, and that's what I don't want. I'm like, okay, I like the character of Valerie. Don't make her pathetic. Just say, hey, no, I don't want to be the other woman.
Right.
Like
And
Sharon
then
was
hop
saying,
on
really
Nathan
wife.
or someone else.
Oh, guess what? I really liked Olivia this week. People like Olivia this
Yeah.
week. So you don't think she was too meddling because he's a grown man? No.
No, that's Olivia,
That is
the
Olivia,
character.
yeah.
So, like, I didn't feel like it was an overstep considering how close they've been. And Dante did need to be slapped upside the head.
I don't even have words. That's a grunt.
A grunt. I love that. A grunt. It says a lot. Yes.
Channeling your inner Adam
Sometimes
Baldwin.
moms need to.
I kind of
Close it.
I felt in between. I was kind of like you, kind of like both you guys. Like she could say her piece, but she had to kind of drop it because like he's a grown man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You don't have to keep going in and dipping your finger in hot water. Just say what you need to say and zip it. Let your son make his decisions.
Right. That was my mother would tell me what to do. I'm old. Tell me what to do. I'll be like, thanks, Mom. Anyway, I'm doing what I want. Like, next. But I expect her to say something maybe a little bit.
Right.
Of course, the mother, you're going to say something. But,
To get you back on track,
Yeah.
you just, my mom be dropping little hints here and there and then leave it alone.
yeah, leave it alone.
I felt like she was a little bit too much for me.
I can see that. I'm in between. I kind of feel that in between. So then also, other part of the storyline was that Dylan went to go see Lulu. So apparently he's still leaving for LA, apparently.
Well, yeah, as soon as this Crimson gig's up, but it's the slowest goodbye ever.
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like, I'm leaving. Like, it's 2 weeks. But hey, Dylan and Johnny, those scenes need to happen more.
Yes.
Because it's so nice to have
Yeah.
two hot dudes who have personality in the room.
I'm sorry, some folks in here don't like Johnny. I
Yeah.
love Johnny.
I do.
Johnny is
I
awesome.
do.
Who doesn't like Johnny?
Brandy Barres is great.
I like Johnny in these doses. When he gets all too heavily gang oriented and like he's trying to run a crime organization, whatever.
Yeah.
Because nobody can ever beat Sonny, so they always take
right.
the competition's teeth away from them. But when he's done in more of like a roguish kind of way like this with Lulu scenes, I thought they were great.
Right.
Oh, he was hilarious the whole time when Dylan was there. Oh,
And he's
my
behind
God.
the bar. And
All the
Yeah.
comments and
Yeah.
everything. Oh my God, he was playing with like the strainer or whatever. He was hilarious.
I love that they allowed Dylan to find him back there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I thought that was
Yeah.
like the way he ran.
I know.
I was like, yes, I
So
love
let's go. Let's go sneeze. Okay, let's go. And he just ran back there. Love you, Robert Pomerockins. We love you. But no, it was such a great scene to see them both kind of the angel devil
No.
over Lulu. 'Cause he's like, he gets you into trouble, blah blah. And she's like, no, because she always has a soft spot for him. Her and Maxie have a soft spot for
Who
Johnny.
doesn't? Look at Johnny. They should hire him to play piano at the Haunted Star. Like, because you remember he does.
Yes, he
That's
plays
one of his
piano.
sexiest qualities. But yeah, like, give Johnny a job. Like, he's not on the run anymore. Like, he
But-
can be pardoned like Sonny was.
He could be pardoned because right now he is kind of he that's that thing. But yeah, he could be pardoned. Anything could happen. He could save a baby and then they'll be like, you're fine now. You're absolved of everything. That's what Soap World does.
No, but how many times can Lulu use that card with Dylan? Like, hey, all
right.
right, the way you the way you
Yeah.
humiliated me in front of everybody here on the Haunted Star, you owe me this. Like,
Yeah.
how many times can you play that card in life?
Girl gotta
Maybe
get what
2,
she
3
wants.
times.
Yeah, it goes. Like,
Girl has
it
to
worked.
Yep, sure did.
It
But
worked.
how many times
Because
did you,
he's a sucker.
Probably once or twice, maybe.
Then after that, it's like,
He's a sucker for Lulu. So.
But he's a sucker for Lulu. That's something
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, she can use that
She
until he
knows.
finds someone
Exactly.
else.
Yes.
That's really how it is.
But I like the people on here. Okay, some people on here say they like Johnny and Lulu together, which I kind of agree. Carolyn agrees. I like the fact they incorporated some comedy in the story, which I thought was just kind of fun. It was very just a lot of eye rolling and just kind of comedy and like they said with you, that just little doses of him. It's kind of good. So
And I never saw Lulu more Spencer-esque than when she's just sitting
Yeah.
there drinking that,
Yes.
just sitting the legs
Total
kicked
Luke.
up. Yes,
Yes.
I'm like, oh, all right, that's Luke's
Another
daughter.
alcoholic on GH.
Well, and I just love how they had them shooting scotch. You don't shoot
No,
scotch.
no.
You sip it.
Yes.
You can take shots of bourbon, whiskey,
yes.
any of the other varieties. But with scotch and Japanese whiskey, it's a sipper.
Kendra
Fun
John
fact from the whiskey cook.
Kendra John just said,
Yeah.
I want Johnny and Dylan to make out.
I wouldn't be opposed to that.
You go, girls. That's what she said.
All right.
And Cheryl's like, I'm so jealous of Kristen Storm's Barash. Yes,
Yes.
I'm sure, yes. And which the baby is on the show. Harper Rose is on the show, too.
I know. I wish that they would point out that it looks like Johnny and not Spinelli.
Yeah, I know. Little Georgie's their baby in real life. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like... but anyway, and then Johnny was like, you want me to take out Valerie?
I loved that Lulu was like, yes. And I was like, Lulu, finally, you're getting a personality. Yeah. As much as I like Valerie, I like Lulu being all, let's go after her.
Yeah, she's down. She's ready to take out some competition.
She's out for blood.
She is.
But she's not really quite for blood, because as she said, like, no, Johnny, not that way. Just, I need her out of Port Charles.
Yeah,
And she turned it around again.
Yeah. And said,
come on.
okay, let's just do it. It's back on. The plan's back on.
I didn't even take her seriously.
No.
I just laughed,
Just
seriously. I'm like, come on, Lulu.
Yeah.
You're just in your feelings right now.
So it'll be interesting. So they're all kind of, that storyline, they're all just kind of, Johnny's in the mix now, so who knows what's going to happen and how long he's going to stay. And
I'd rather have him stick around for a while.
yeah,
Let's do it.
For a while. Yeah. And Dylan, I mean, we know he's not leaving until after the Crimson stuff. I don't think he's leaving at all. But I think, him and now Lulu back in the same orbit, and now he knows about Johnny. So they're going to be,
Something's going to happen that's going to say, I have to stay here.
Right.
Yeah.
To protect you, Lulu.
And will Aunt Bobby serve more food? I don't know.
Yes.
Then Bobby will pop up to cater the holiday party. And
Well, it's going to be something that she's going to not have to tell. She's going to keep from Dante, and that's going to blow up later. It's like, you're lying to me as well about this, blah, blah, blah.
Then they'll probably cancel outright and be like, we both lied.
Yeah.
Everybody just lied. Right together. So, yeah, but I don't. Yeah, Spencer Side's coming out. You're absolutely right. Then we have, I don't know if it's the main story, but just this storyline's just bugging me so much. That's Sabrina and Michael. I added Felix to the story.
God.
Oh, my God.
Because with the floating rib, they're trying to connect with a plot. I mean, it's like, the baby is huge inside her belly.
Right.
Even Michael's like, wait a minute. Oh, so that baby's egg.
Even Michael, who got shot in the head, is starting to put this together, guys. It's like the only person slower than him is Jason. So, yeah. When Jason figures it out, is that how we're going to know?
Right. I'm not happy with the storyline. I have nothing else to say. Anybody got to say anything?
It's the way that
the
way they've defied expectations, like with Liz's reveal when she's exposed, and it becomes such a small revelation when we thought it might be big for the winter holiday party. So why not embrace or change expectations and just reveal this quick, get it done. Don't drag this out. Just make it happen.
They are. They're dragging it out.
She's probably going to do like an abrupt leave or something like that. Like, okay, I have to go.
Because she's getting bigger. I can totally see it in real life. So, because she's pregnant in real life. You guys don't know that she's pregnant in real life. So she has to leave the show at some point to go on maternity leave.
And I just don't need to see scenes of Felix at the Flitter Rib talking about his menu orders and stuff. And no gluten, please. I'm like, I don't. Is this what the scenes we're writing now?
And his off-screen love affair with Donnie, whoever F Donnie is. I mean, like.
It's like, could we get better storylines for the nurses of Port Charles? Like, Epiphany's got a great one with Sonny, but yeah, Felix deserves better.
Wait, Kendra John has a hashtag Free Michael.
I agree.
Just like, it's just so. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
I'm honest. I know this sounds terrible, but I would be okay with Paul kidnapping Sabrina and then that being it. Like, we could keep Carlos, but like he's just gonna kidnap her and hold her off, like Rick did with Carly years ago, and it was the one I didn't like.
Done. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Okay, so the next storyline is we talk about that I do like, but I have a question. Anna, Mac, Paul, Kyle Sloan's apartment. Now, my question is, ain't Homie been dead for a while? Why is the apartment still together?
Yeah.
Why haven't they packed it up?
I know why Paul wouldn't have done
that. The landlord,
Yeah.
if the landlord knows left,
Yes.
didn't pay his rent, why didn't you try to resell the apartment?
Yeah, or something. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, they need to fill those holes. Has Paul been paying Sloan's rent? I mean, what?
Obviously not.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you would think that Paul would think that through and either pack up the apartment and make it look like Sloan has left town and moved off to somewhere else, or I guess you could just, I don't know, you keep it paid up and then make it look like he's still there, but he's just not around. I don't know.
No, because the landlord said that he hasn't paid.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of weird.
Well, so we're supposed to just blow it over. And we're supposed to just go with it, basically.
I guess so, but the point is, I like seeing Anna and Mac together, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah, I love Mac being involved in something other than the floating rib.
I know.
But the only thing that worries me, though, I feel like after this is like he's going to be gone, and maybe when Robert shows up, he'll show up for a day or two. But it's like I wanted more involved with this. Don't give me a tease of 2 days.
We're going to talk about some predictions later. 'Cause I saw something that came up today before I had a chance to write it down. So we're going to talk about that because the Scorpios think are heating up actually a little bit.
Please,
a little bit for a small storyline. I think is coming up. We'll talk about that. Someone just told me in the chat room, our Melon fan said that Donnie is going to host the red carpet events?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I didn't know that.
The worst red carpet host. I mean,
Yeah, he's horrible.
like,
He's horrible.
Well, that
We're hosts. We know what's going on.
we can judge.
We can judge.
That poor Charles, that these nurses' balls are that important that,
Yeah.
yes, we are going to go watch a red carpet rundown of these nurses and doctors walking.
Actually, it's kind of like that in Dallas.
Is it really?
For like the lamest stuff, we have like host and red carpets. So,
and it's televised, and you sit at home and you can watch
Well,
that?
they usually do it like online or, and sometimes with our lower networks. So, yeah, if you're from Texas, we do a little bit of that.
So I guess I didn't realize that was who he was. I guess I was eating pizza rolls or something. I don't know what's going on. So that's it. But we don't get to see any of them together. I mean, like, then why isn't he on? Why are we seeing? They're not talking about Brad Lucas right now. So why aren't they having us another storyline with Felix? I mean, he's a great actor. I don't know what's going on. So, but anyway, they just said that on there. But yeah, so I'm liking that Mac is back and that they're trying to help out Anna because they are family. They're connected in family. Now Paul's onto Anna because that phone call. Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, this is Paul's number. How did Kyle have Paul?" Like,
Well, I do like it because anytime you think one person has the leg up over the other one finds out, and it just constantly keeps bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, I agree.
hope no DNA gets traced back to Anna. I really hope so. She's gonna go down.
I hope she does. I hope they work that out.
What? Oh, I thought you said that you hope she gets caught.
No. I hope she doesn't.
I was like, what?
No, anything with Finola Hughes, I'm on her side on everything. So no, not at all. No, not at all.
Well, and the cat and mouse of Paul and Anna, because they're an even match.
Yes.
We haven't had that in a while because, like, even when you had, like, it was usually Sonny versus a decent mobster until he goes up against Sonny, and then he's all of a sudden weak. This is an actual equal confrontation here.
Yes, look at that one, Lacretia.
No.
That's for you. For Cheryl. They do a lot of things in Texas we don't talk about Lacretia. You go, Cheryl. That's funny.
I did like when Paul gets that phone call though on the dock. It felt like that was the first time you saw him get a little flustered. Like, whoa. I wasn't expecting this at all.
No, it wasn't.
That was kind of interesting seeing a little
and
tiny
he
chink in the
back,
armor.
It's like, why is it Kyle? I know it's not Kyle. Call from the grave. Obviously, he's like, I know. He said, he goes, I know it's not Kyle.
So apparently the body that was originally pulled out was Kyle's? Is that what?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah, I think they've not said it, but it's pretty obvious that it is, I guess.
Yeah, and Anna did wear gloves, and so she should be okay in the apartment. She wore gloves. So she'll be okay.
You never know.
Yeah, there's a little hair falls
I
out.
was just thinking a piece of hair could have
Well, you
been
know
on the
hair,
wall.
so you know how hair works. So hair can come out. So that's with that one. And then just briefly, we had a little bit of Sonny and Ava going back and forth once again, just insulting each other back and forth.
Sonny's just so fine when you.
In that wheelchair, pulling up at the gallery, threatening her.
Exactly. When he threatens someone, Lacretia, you don't agree today? You don't?
No, like, because I actually am apparently the only woman who is immune to Sonny. That I'm just like, I just don't see it. I'm sorry, ladies.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm not a big Sonny fan either, as you guys know, so I'm like, oh well.
Yeah, part of me is like wondering, like, all right, I guess because it's his daughter, so he's concerned, so he's going to confront that Ava directly. But the other part of me is like, Sonny, why don't you just hold on to that information, build up a better case, and then you go back to family court, and then you can really get custody back.
Yeah, he lost that because he's a hothead, and he's still doing that. And Carly is actually talking sense into him. He just keeps on. But then that scene with Kiki, Ava, and Carly in the Metro Court, I was just like, okay, this is just too much.
Let's just go right and say it's Carly, Morgan, Kiki, and then Darby called the Darby.
She bounced back so quick.
I know. I was like, Darby's coming back. But yeah, that whole thing was the thing that got me was like, he's like, no! And throws that thing down. Like, we're okay. Everything's fine.
It was such a 180. I'm like,
I was like, wait a minute, you just screamed.
No, I seriously had to rewind it. I was like, okay, what just happened?
Right. It was like weird. It was like, wait a minute, you just okay. So yeah, so that whole thing was set up basically for Carly and Morgan. Was a cute little scene together.
Yeah, I liked their scene. Yeah.
Very much. Because they talk to each other in a certain way. He's such a mixture of Carly. So we say it all the time, Carly and Sonny.
He's perfect. He's their kid.
Yes, and so and she's overprotective, of course. And the way he talks plainly to her, it was kind of a fun scene.
Although the fact that it's checking about the medication, and then at the end we see he didn't take his meds, and they've got to do the big scene of the waiter picking it up, and I'm like, I don't want to get into the storyline again where he's off his meds and he's just like we figured out what the problem is. Let's just move on, please.
I even had to rewind that too. When he I was just so like, okay, what just happened? Because they zoomed in.
Right.
So I was like, what just happened? It just happened so quickly.
And it was quick. Now, what is the purpose of Ava? I mean, she's still trying to talk to Kiki. Like, Kiki's just done. Like, she's like, nothing else to do. She's like, I'm still trying to talk to her.
I don't know.
I mean, she is her mother, and, you know, it just shocks me, though. That, I mean, I guess because it was the two of them only for years, and, you know, we didn't really see a lot of that. We've only seen the bad Ava that's had sex with Morgan. But the thing is like, you know, what we've been led to believe is they were, like, thick as thieves until Morgan.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I do see that Ava's, like, lost her daughter that was almost like her best friend. So I see why she keeps pushing, but it's almost like, you may be better off giving her some space, Ava.
Yeah.
You're a smart lady. I know it's your kid, but she's screaming harpy in her own job.
Yeah.
She needs some help.
Yeah, I mean, again, you see, like, much like Sonny's kind of got that hot spot in regards to Ava and baby AJ there, but same thing with Kiki and Ava that are just like, she's got blinders on. That just, she can't get past herself.
And so I guess Kiki's liking Morgan again?
Just as friends, it seems like.
I don't know. What's going on?
I don't know. I think they're just holding it off for right now.
Okay.
I think like that little intimate relationship, GH want to probably hold it really quick.
Okay.
But I think that they're going to get back.
There's something in there, I think.
But
Yeah, I think eventually, but we're kind of done with, you know, Morgan and, you know, any of the Jerome women. I'm like, I can't even get it out. I was like, hold on, brain fart.
It threw me for a loop when I saw her and Michael just sitting there having a conversation. I was thinking to myself, isn't she at work? And then the waiter was like, table, and I was like,
Table 5 needs something.
I was like, okay, I'm glad I wasn't, you know,
Yeah.
thinking, why is she sitting there having a conversation and she's at work?
I will side with Ava on one thing, though. I mean, certainly Ava did a lot of terrible things with Morgan and with Kiki, and so I can understand why Kiki's mad at her, but I can understand when Ava says, like, well, you know, you've forgiven Morgan. And, like, I know Morgan had his issues and stuff. He's dealing with bipolar and all that stuff, but he still cheated on her and slept with another woman, regardless if it was her mother or not. Still slept with another woman.
Yeah, I do think it's very odd how Kiki is just like, you know, wasn't even really mad at Morgan, like, for that long. Like, it's like, really, that's just unbelievable, because usually you would blame him over your mother.
A man can be replaced.
Exactly.
Her mom would be there around, like, her mom would be around all the time. So I think that's why it's easier to forgive the man than the mother. Like, you know what I mean? No?
Okay, we've had this talk before.
We have.
If my mama slept with somebody I was with, we be done. The man be done. Woman, whatever it is, be done. It be all done. I would not forgive nobody. Bye-bye. We can have each other. Sorry, that's too weird. Not gonna have it.
But at some point in the far future, you would more often than not, are more likely forgive your mother before you'd forgive the guy, right?
I don't know.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean,
But
I would.
I don't know. You like to think you would, but I don't know. I don't know.
Well, and what I did like is Ava was actually very nice and respectful of Morgan's illness. Like, that was I expected her to, because she does care for Morgan. But yeah, she's like, you know, I really do feel bad, you know.
See, Carolyn agrees with
crazy,
me.
because that's the opposite.
Carolyn agrees with me. Your mother betraying you is far worse than anything else. That's right, girl. I agree. The same thing. Your mother betraying you is worse. So I do agree with that, but I still be like, oh my God, I couldn't forgive any of them. No, I'll be done. Done. I'm harsh on that one. I'm like, sorry, done. There's no gray area on that one for me. So, Mom, just kidding. So we know what's going to happen there. So,
So next, are we then going to just see Morgan taking Darby up to the cabin and getting the gun and going to freak again? I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
boy.
they love repeating things, right?
they do, right? I don't know, but bring Darby on. Bring her on. Bring another chick in there who's not related to nobody. Bring her in.
Yeah.
I'd say more power to it. Because, I mean, I think they're still trying to figure out Kiki. They're still trying to figure out. Someone earlier suggested Kiki and Dylan.
I saw chemistry with Kiki and Nathan when they were in the interrogation room. It's funny because Valerie and Kiki, I think, would both be really good with Nathan.
Yeah.
And we have Johnny put him with Maxie finally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a good one too. Yes, I think so.
But yeah, because Kiki and Dylan, I haven't seen any. Can anyone think of a scene with them?
Well, Nathan doesn't have time for Maxie, so hopefully
he's busy.
Maxie moves on.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, it feels like Maxie doesn't have any time for Nathan. Yeah.
Well, he's been
got
busy.
her own
Well, they've
stuff
both been
going
busy.
on.
They've
She's like
both been busy.
Crimson.
They've both been busy. That's what they say. Oh, God. Stormy's like, I'm with you too, James. Luckily, my mom and I don't have the same taste in men. Well, Stormy, good for you too. They don't like this when it doesn't happen for you. And then we have Hayden, Nick, and my man, Curtis. I don't care. When he comes on the screen, I'm just like, everything just goes away. I'm in. I love the way he talks to her.
Yeah, he's just so like matter of fact and.
Oh, I love it. I mean, the whole car. I mean, everything. The car. Everything. He found the bullet apparently.
Yeah, that was so fast.
That was so fast.
Yeah.
No scenes about that. No craziness.
They wasted any time. Like, no, I already got the bullet. R.I.P. his cigar though. Didn't make it inside the floating rib.
It didn't.
I was spending all the full keel with the cigar, and they're like, is that gonna happen? No, it didn't happen. No,
didn't happen. No cigar. They said they heard you. They heard you guys last time. No cigar.
I'm
But
so afraid of Nicholas finding out what's going on.
we were standing there, kind of seeing them talking.
I'm so afraid. Like, I was literally like this. No. I love this storyline. I think this is probably
too.
like one of my favorite storylines on GH.
Yeah, I think it's very similar to the Anna and Paul situation when the fact that they're equals. And that's what's so entertaining is he may have a leg up on her now, but she was, really conning him. And Nicholas, he's, had his track record with women pretty bad lately. I mean, starting with Liz and Britt, and now Hayden screwed him over too. Maybe Nick should rethink his life.
Rethink his life, I don't really. But I just love the car scene when he was about, she's like, wait a minute, you couldn't get like I forgot what he said. I know it was a Mini Cooper or something, but he was like, I had to get a big, tricked out car. And he's like, don't look like kind of brother. Again, using regular language, just like daytime TV. He said brother. He said brother. But he explained that he went into the car shop. And that was his whole ruse, was like that something was wrong. So, but I like the fact he's just matter of fact, like, no, girl, I'm going to get a car that's going to make you look good for this whole operation.
Right.
And he's like, I want more money. I need more money, and it needs to break into
the evidence room?
the evidence room at PCPD. He has to break in there, so he needs more time. He said more money.
I'd like to see a scene of that. I don't want him just to come back.
Yeah,
Right.
got it.
Yeah.
Chris is the guy that always just comes back. I have this.
Right.
And
I
that.
like that they actually did that really quick where he found the bullet, and then now we could get him going, because I feel like that would have took up too much time just for him to go looking around for...
Yeah.
No, girl. Anytime he's on screen, he gets.
Sitting there skulking around the garage with a cigar.
Yeah, exactly. I'll take it. Drag it out as long as you can.
Where's that
Drag it out as long as you can.
I know.
Drag it out.
I'm expecting him to like distract Jordan with his physique at the police department.
Yes, I thought about that too.
Yeah, to get the evidence
Jordan.
room.
My shirt fell off.
My shirt fell off. It just fell off. What happened? I think Jordan's gonna be in there too somewhere.
Yeah.
You're right. It's gonna be part of she's PCBD.
Yeah, and they knew each other, so.
And they're not that smart.
As soon
there.
as they said police station, I thought about Jordan immediately.
I still think it's undercover. They can each from her undercover days or something. Something's gonna go on with them.
Right.
He's gonna be shocked that she's there, or he's gonna be like, "Wait a minute, what are you doing here?" And it's gonna be very interesting.
But for as much as the storyline is entertaining, the fact that Hayden did wake up with her memory intact, that it's taken this long for her to do anything about, then I'm like, why are we dragging it out this long for that? I mean, I guess it's because they wanted to keep it up in the air if she had her memory or not for this whole Jason and Liz thing. But I feel like, ugh, all right, you've sat on this for months and months and months and months.
Well, now she's going forward. I guess. I mean, that's the whole thing. I mean, watch out.
Maybe she had to figure out what she wanted to do.
Maybe she did. She was like, I don't know what to do. I mean, I got my memory back, but so. But anyway, I like the storyline. I like it better than I thought I would.
Yes.
It's like nice. And then we have Robin and the return of Jerry Jacks. You were saying that a lot. Jerry Jacks. I forgot. I totally forgot that he inherited her from Helena. I totally forgot.
So I love Jerry Jacks. He's fantastic.
Sebastian Roche is always good.
Mm-hmm.
Or Roche, how he pronounces his last name. Always a good one. So I'm glad to see him back.
But it's just like, I mean, I guess this is going to be kicking into having Robert coming back in the little mini Scorpio event.
Okay, so that's the thing. So I read somewhere that you saw at the end, Patrick was like, "We're gonna go find your mother." It was a small line he said to Emma towards the end. It was like, "Okay, we're gonna go get your mother. We're gonna go to Paris and find your mother." I think Robert's gonna be in part of that. I think gonna totally, because they're not really PIs. I mean, like Robert, he's gonna need his help and save Robin probably because 48 hours, he said.
Yeah. I would welcome to see, at least before he leaves, have a little bit more of an action role for Patrick Drake there.
Yeah.
Give him a little bit of action and adventure if he's going to send him out the door that way.
I heard Emma's going with him, so it's going to be really interesting to see how that works.
If they do a play off of the
Professional.
off the scene where Anna and Robin get reunited on the pier and they run at each other for that long time, if they do the play on that with Robin and Emma, there you go.
All heartstrings.
Yeah, so I mean, it's gonna be good. I mean, it's not really much to the storyline. It's that he's basically now saying that you did come up with this stuff to save Helena because she's dead. And he's just being his usual menacing self, just usual. Just kind of like, okay. And she's like, "Don't kill me, please. I have a daughter."
Yeah, and Jerry's like, "I don't care."
Don't
he
care.
pretty much only cares about Alexis.
That's it. That's it. So I think I'm going to just see how that goes. And I think it's going to usher Patrick out. I think it's the whole thing. Hopefully not Emma, but Patrick.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to is seeing how he leaves.
Yeah, I sure hope it's like a good, like, you know, heroic, like Patrick gets involved with the Scorpios and like maybe goes off, you know, to be, you know, in the WSB as a doctor with Robin or something. Who knows? But I just hope it's not his death. That
So I hope it's not dead either. So I think he might just go off with Robin for a while or something and just leave in the sunset. Yeah. Hopefully that'll be it. But and that was the week that was in Port Charles. So it was a nice week. Things moved along and Liz got her comeuppance from some people. It's going to continue obviously for weeks to come. So I'm sure you'll be happy a lot.
I know. It's like they can drag this out. Just like the Sunny Wedding just for Rick's outfit. I'm like, this is another thing. You can drag it out. Yeah, just keep on.
Keep
it's the gift that keeps on giving. How many days do we have till Christmas?
Oh, yes. Poor Liz. So we're going to do our segments. And, of course, we always start off with Frank. Then it's just to get him to the ER stats.
Yes. Who I'd like to get the ER stat this week would be Nicholas Cassadine. We touched on it briefly a little bit, but I just feel like with all these, especially with the revelation with Liz and Nicholas, that conversation that they had, it just kind of brought up to me. It's like I feel like Nicholas's personality is just all over the place, and they seem to be setting up things. I mean, it's different than the other Cassadines, where he does have Laura's heart in the sense that he's made really strong connections with a lot of people in Port Charles, so he can't be completely over the top evil like the rest of the Cassadines. But I mean, they've kind of steered him back and forth along this course, and I feel like nothing's really sticking. And the motivations they set up for him, I mean, he wanted to have ELQ so they could provide for Spencer and be in the lifestyle that they are accustomed to as Cassadines. So I feel like that was such a driving motivation for Nicholas to do this. And then he has a conversation with Liz, and as much as he wants to be a friend to her, still he's just being so nonchalant and whole nonchalant about the Hayden revelation and everything that Laura's saying. He's just being, And I don't understand what the writers are doing with Nicholas. If there's some ultimate reason, because I even feel like his slide into darkness just kind of happened, and then now he's been kind of going back and forth, and I just feel like there's I can't get a firm grasp on who Nicholas is exactly and his motivations, and that kind of frustrates me.
So I think the old writers started the descent, right? Or and then the new writers came in. So I wonder if that's something.
That may be part of it. And I agree with Frank on the motivations. To me, it's just like, had Nick done that after Emily died, I would have completely understood. And to me, like with the whole Brit situation, I do feel like they've said that that's part of the reason. And even Laura touched on this last week, I think, when she said, you know, you're just doing this because you want to live the life you've always been accustomed to. She even pointed out one of his lame reasonings he'd had, and I liked that line, because we're all thinking, yeah, that's stupid too. I mean, is Nick being mind controlled? I really don't want to believe that, just because it's kind of lame, but at least explain a little bit more, like the Brit thing and the money thing. It's like that's just lame, guys.
Yeah, and I feel like almost in the same sense, it's the same thing that's happening with Patrick again and again. He was in two relationships that kind of just blew up at the altar, so to speak. And now it's like Nicholas, they only seem to just put him with women and it ends up going wrong somehow.
Yes.
I thought that at least the ELQ thing was different, because you got to see him, using more of the business savvy of the Cassadines, doing a nice corporate takeover as a way to get the Quartermaines more involved. And I feel like that storyline just fizzled and disappeared. And I mean, so he does have control of ELQ, but I mean, it just seems like it's just a name check only. We don't really see him actually doing anything happening. And I feel like Michael's just kind of let that go. I mean, at least they brought back with Hayden and Tracy, but now that Tracy's kind of cut Hayden loose, like, all right, Tracy, what are you doing now with this?
Yeah, I agree. No, that's a good one. Because he's kind of like just Nicholas at the moment. Nothing really going on.
It's like, and I understand, because he's certainly the dangers. Well, if you're going to really write Helena off, then I guess it's great to have some regular villain on there. But I mean, Nicholas has already had so much goodness put into him that it's tough to completely buy a descent into total evilness, like a true Cassadine. But I want something out of him, either be good or bad, or just to be a rogue of some sort. But just at least give me strong motivation for why you're making the choices that you're making.
I agree. I think we all agree with that. And then our next segment is a good one. Our next segment, of course.
How do I follow that?
I know, that's a good one. Love in the Afternoon, Ladine.
Love in the Afternoon.
You found some?
I did. I was going to use Emma at first. When I came in, that was going to be like, but we already talked about it. So I'm going to go with my second choice, which was Sunny and Jason.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I really enjoyed that scene because I like the way they're handling Sunny and Jason throughout this whole GH process, with Jason finding out who he is. And Sonny's not like Carly, where Carly's down his back, you're my best friend, you're this, I need you to be here for me. Sonny's kind of taking it day by day. And I like how they're doing that. I never expected Jason to come and talk to Sonny about what's going on.
Yeah.
So I love the way this is unraveling, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of Sonny and Jason.
Yeah.
I hope Jason gets right back in line.
We'll see, right? We'll see. Well, that's a good
Yes,
one.
Lacretia.
Yes.
Sure,
like,
yeah.
no.
I'm like, no. I
I
hope
know
Jason
it.
doesn't get back in line. We don't want him to
do.
be a hitman, and he even says he doesn't want to be a
That's
murderer.
what he does best, though. Like, that's what he's known for.
Well,
Sonny's
I may be
right-hand
like
man.
the
How
best
could you
serial
not?
killer too, but it's still illegal.
Well,
There was part of me though that when they had that scene, I'm like, I'm bummed that Jason is having this scene with Sonny. I was hoping it would be like with the Quartermaine side.
yeah,
With
yeah,
Monica.
I agree.
Oh, funny. There you go.
I was like, oh,
can we switch seats?
Well, it's just
We're
funny.
Team Quartermaine, yeah.
Well, it was so funny that this brings up a good point that he is clearly two different things, Quartermaine and Corinthos.
Yeah.
So the other side. So we're all kind of split because he has well, that makes good, the character. He has a rich history. So he can go either direction. This is a big debate because his last big accident all those years ago, he went from Quartermaine to Morgan. Now they're hoping that this accident will bring him back to Quartermaine, maybe. And others will say, no, you should stay Morgan. It's a great kind of debate. I like that.
Yeah, I saw like a brotherly connection. I really like that. I saw more than friends or whatever they used to have. I really enjoyed that scene. This
No, I mean, it was a very easy scene between the two of them, so you could see, yeah, there was that sense of history. So, I mean, I could understand. It's almost like putting my selfish wants for what I want to see out of the character as opposed to story-wise and where the character is within General Hospital proper. I mean, it does make sense to have him have that touchstone with Sonny. That was his closest relationship for all the trauma that he had. But then there's a part of me that loves to see him want to embrace more of the Quartermaine side and wants to see more of that involvement. I want to see more of Leslie Charleston in there. I want to see him talking to Monica and Tracy and interacting more on that side. But that's me as me being selfish with the character.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm selfish like Frank, too, apparently. Because to me, it's been so long, and that was a storyline that, at the time, it was a good idea to have Jason be this completely different person and go away from his family. But even as Jason, married Sam and that relationship, he had started to gravitate more towards the Quartermaines. And his relationship with Sonny and Carly wasn't what it was because there'd been a lot of mistrust and stuff as well. And to me, like, Sam and Spinelli make total sense at that part of his life. But, yeah, I mean, I would expect him to be more gravitating towards the Quartermaines versus Sonny and Carly. Carly, to an extent, like, that made sense because it was with Jake Doe that they had a relationship as well. But with Sonny, he didn't even like him.
Well, GH writers, can we please have the best of both worlds?
There you go. There you go. Right.
That's true,
There you
yeah.
go. I give you best of both worlds. I'm just going to say, that was a good one. I'm just going to say out there, someone mentioned, I didn't mention Sam, Alexis, and Julian because I didn't care about that scene. So,
That scene where Julian gets on his high horse and like, I don't want to be with Jason.
How dare you? Sit down.
So I'm mentioning it now. I was just like, okay. So I'm mentioning. He's only be a high. I don't want her with with Jason because he's a mobster.
I was like, go to the corner.
Yeah, it's like Julian has several seats. That's the whole thing of that storyline. So
I laughed that he was so. It's like, Julian, seriously?
yeah. So we've mentioned it now. So I'm like, I did listen to you guys out there in the chat. I do see it in there. I glance over all the time to see it, but I'm mentioning it now. But I didn't really think it was a great scene. So anyway, so that's how I feel about that one.
That was a waste of 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was like, really? I'm like, you were a mobster, but you can't say nothing.
If at least to do that scene, then have his shirt be off, right?
No,
Right,
exactly.
there you go, kids.
So then we're not listening to what he's saying.
Yeah, right, exactly. And now on to Lacretia. We get to talk to her winner. Who's the winner? And I'm surprised who's the loser of the week, maybe? I don't know.
I know. It was honestly so hard to pick a winner because almost everyone was a loser this week. And Liz, of course, will be the number one, but I gotta say, Dante still is almost like, you're my runner-up, because it's like, dude, your mommy yelled at you. But we gotta give it to Liz, because it's like, yes, it all finally came crumbling down, and just to see how pathetic she was to try and keep holding
Yeah.
even as she's like, and she's still trying to lie, and it's just like, girl, give it up.
Yeah, I like that.
Your mama yelled at you.
Mommy, that's a good quote
Yeah.
tonight. Good quote. Mommy yelled at you. And who's the winner?
I hate to say it, but Carly.
Oh!
Carly was spot on in just about everything she said this week, and that doesn't happen very often. So I'm like, I better give it to her this week. The only thing I didn't like was when she was still just throwing crap in Ava's face in that scene, because it's like, okay, Carly, everything you were saying to her, you did. Like, it wasn't that long ago.
No, not that long ago.
But yeah, pretty much everything else, like the way that she talked to Sonny at the end and Jason and just all of her scenes this week, she had her head on straight, and Harley was one of the few.
Yeah. Well, I did like this part with the where they're singing with Ava, where they're talking, and it's like when Ava says, "Well, what if I go to the judge and let him know that you wouldn't let me speak to my daughter in the restaurant?" Like, I'll take my chance.
Yeah, she did say like that. She's like, "You'll take my chance over a girl." Yeah, like sure, okay, whatever. That's
good. I had to give Carly props for that one.
Okay, guys, see, guys, people, Carly. We do go back and we admit things on the show. That's fine. We admit things on the show, and of course, the quote of the week. This one to me, sometimes I pick quotes of the week that are really rooted in history and that really just kind of, they say volumes when they say this. And this is one, Sam to Liz. And she said, "You're actually worse than Helena." Oh my God. Love that line.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite line of the week, too.
That was a great, that was
made me cough up, James. It was so powerful line. It made me cough up.
Made me cough up. I think that's such a great line. It was such a great line. I'm like, oh my God, it was such a great line. That just, in a way that it was just like, she was really holding back. At least Helena, she's clear about her motives about things. And she kind of admits stuff. And Liz was hiding behind all this stuff. And she wasn't saying anything. She was kind of just trying to hold on to her man. And basically just forgot about Danny and everybody just was all that stuff. It was like, never mind. So it was kind of that was a good one.
No, because I did like how she remembered everything during that meeting with Helena. It's like every time Helena tried to say something, you were just like freaking out and trying to change the subject.
Yes. So
Sam is the winner this week. Sam.
Yeah, to me, I would have picked Sam except for that scene with Emma. And then the scene with Jason yelling at her, I was like, I can't, after those two just like huge heartbreaking moments, I was like, you can't win. Because she's still not got Jason back. She's alone, staying at her parents' house, and they're judging her relationship. Yeah. It's like, poor Sam.
Yeah, so there we go.
I hope she's the winner next week.
She
deserves it.
She deserves it. We'll see what happens.
Or Patrick.
Yes. And I'm going to do one piece of news and gossip.
AFTERBUZZ TV News.
Straight for the picture up. It's Jeannie Francis. She is actually inked a 3-year deal with State of GH. She's on contract.
That's fantastic.
That is fantastic. Jeannie Francis is the bomb, and she's so happy. She says, quote, "I was so happy. I was thrilled. Actually, for me, this is just really comfortable, relaxing feeling of being welcome back home," unquote. So happy to see we'll see more of Laura then, obviously. Anything of more of Laura, that makes me so excited.
And I really want to see scenes with her and Tracy mixing it up.
I do too.
And especially now that with everything comes out with Liz and how Laura did know for a while about Jason being Jason, that I feel like that could be a good fuel for the fire between the two of them.
That's going to be good. It's going to be really good. And also, I just want to mention to you guys out there, people are asking about, I have these mini webisodes that I do called GH Mini Spotlights. They're kind of like, like my Days soap. I do Look Who's Related. So I have these little 2-minute soap things I put out, and they're on our Facebook page and my YouTube page, and I'll post more, where I talk about who's related. I spotlight a person or a couple or a family. It's about who's related, and they're kind of fun. There's about, I think there's like 12 or 13 of them so far, and I'm going to do some more in the future. But the little fun things, check those out. They're kind of fun. So that's the only piece of news that I have for today. And now, Jonathan, can you put the phone number in the chat room? We're going to do our giveaway. So you guys, it's a trivia question. And so I'm going to ask you a trivia. You call in, you'll say who you are and where you're from, and we're going to do a trivia question.
Do they have a timer?
Well, we're going to, I was going to say, okay, come on, tell me. We only have like 20 minutes after the show, so we don't know it's that long. But you have to get the whole thing correct. And then you win these wonderful prizes.
Now James, can Ladine, Lacretia, and I play as well?
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if you guys will know it. That'd be kind of funny.
Ooh, I don't know. Now I'm scared.
And this. So we got some good stuff. And so, So yes. So you want to call in, and this is a good one. This is good. So if you know this one, we have a caller.
It's probably Carol.
Oh my God. Okay, so welcome to GH Report. You're live on the air. Who are you? And where are you calling from?
Hey everybody, it's Jamel from Brooklyn.
Jamel from Brooklyn! Hey, you made it through. How's my grandma?
She's doing good. She's doing good.
All right, so before we get into the trivia question, what do you think about this week?
Oh, it was a lot. It was a lot that happened this week. I mean, I think I was focused on Liz because there was so many things happening. But I looked at the kids on General Hospital really, I think, on the best of daytime. Because I think when I agree with all y'all, when Emma was just begging for her mother, it broke my heart too.
Yeah.
And I wish that they'd show my little buddy Spencer because he spilled everything.
Yeah,
and,
where is Spencer? Where is Nicholas Bechtel?
Where is he? Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Because when he had got burned, and when he lost Britt, and he was on the pier, and then he was with Helene, and that broke my heart. And then he got burned. That boy, he just acts, and Emma did too. So I really love the children on General Hospital.
They're good actors. They're really good actors.
Yeah, they are. And Liz, okay. Now, you know what? I think that I'm a Liz fan. I really am. But just the way they write her,
yeah.
I can't really even, talk about it because it's just the writing. I think that for me, I can't wait for this to be over because the actress and the character and the history is better than what she's getting right now. For me, that's just the way it is. I feel like, not to go on a rant, but a couple of years ago, one of my favorite characters of all time was Quartermaine. And we had Vanessa Marcel come back for just 6 months, and then they ruined her character, and she was with Jack. They just ruined it, and I feel like they've done that again with Liz. I think they ruined it, because I know that when Jason got there, when he was Jake, he could have just went right up to Sam, and he didn't have to sort of do this. They didn't have to do this thing with Liz. They could have left her alone. And she could have did something else, sort of like what Robin did.
Yeah.
And, I don't think they needed to do that. I mean, it's hard to watch because I love her so much. She's a brilliant actress and a lot of history there.
She is.
But it is what it is, But I need them to write it fast, get it quick, and do it. But I do, like somebody said, Leslie Carlton, she's everything. Mm-hmm. She reads for days.
Yeah.
And I mean, even when the original caller was there, who was untouchable, Leslie would get up there and read that girl down. Yeah. And so I hope that they show her too. But yeah, Liz is hard to watch.
Okay.
Because
I feel like
it's terrible.
Liz hasn't. I mean, before this, Liz really didn't have a big storyline. I mean, this is something that you should. I mean, for better or for worse, she had something to really sink her teeth into.
Yeah.
But it is. But I do agree with you that at the end of this, it's tough to see where you're going to take a character because they've really kind of burned her down a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did the same thing with Sharon. I mean, it's a whole different show, but they did the same thing with Sharon.
Young and Restless. Yes.
I don't like that storyline.
It's hard to watch it. And then all the people like Sam and Jason, all of them. I'm like, come on, for me, they need to sit down because it's like, it's crazy. It's just too hard to watch with all that stuff. But
well, thank you for your minor opinions. Just kidding. Your 2-second opinions. No, thank you. So, okay, here we go, Jamal. Jamal, are you ready?
Yes.
Are you ready? Okay. The trivia question is, how many children has Monica Quartermaine given birth to?
Yeah, because most of our kids are adopted.
I think 3.
Your answer 3?
Oh boy. Okay, you know what I'm going to say? Let me say 2. No. You know what? 1.
You have to. So 1 is your answer.
1. Yes, 1.
The answer is 1, and I'm sorry, you're incorrect.
Oh.
But that was great that you. I'm not giving an answer. People have to call in. People have to call in. But I'm so glad. But you were good. You gave some good insight. People are agreeing with you actually on the chat room what you said. So you got that at least.
From the heart.
Yeah, that's right. You're holding down Brooklyn.
Absolutely.
That's right. Well, thank you for calling in. We're going to do our next call. Thanks for calling in, sharing your insight, and watching us every week.
I do. I love it. I love the show. Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so we have another caller. Hello, welcome to GH Report. You're on live. Who are you and where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hey.
Who is this?
Hi. This is Cheryl from South Carolina.
Everybody was asking. They're like, she didn't call first or somebody else. It was crazy. Okay, so how are you?
I had to walk away from the computer because I had to get that interference.
Yeah. Okay, so are you ready to answer the trivia question?
Yes. Do I answer the same trivia question?
Yeah, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to read it out again, and then you will answer it. So how many children has Monica Quartermaine given birth to?
She has had 2 live births, Dawn and Alan Jr.
You are correct.
Wow.
Got it.
Yay!
People forget about Dawn, and so it's funny. Jamel, he was close. He said 2, and I was like,
Two and one.
He said 1. So yeah, because Dawn was her daughter, and then AJ, of course, was her birth son. Other kids, Emily was adopted through her friend who died of cancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Jason was adopted.
Right.
It was Susan Moore's kid, but adopted, kind of through, she's like stepmother or whatever. So that's kind of that was it.
My ignorance. I have not heard of Dawn.
Wasn't Sharon Case?
Sharon Case
That's
was
what I
Dawn.
thought when he mentioned Sharon. I
Yeah.
was like, I think she.
Yeah, there were
was
3
Dawn.
Dawns.
Yeah.
Right? Sherry can correct me if I'm wrong. I think there were
Yeah.
3 Dawns, and at some point, and Sharon Case was one of them.
Yes, Sharon Case, I think, was the most popular
Yeah,
Dawn.
yeah.
Yeah, she's a fantastic
Then she went
actress.
right on to Young and the Restless. So So Cheryl, you already know how to contact me, so I can say it. Just say you know where I'm from. You can contact me, and then I will send it to you. But you are Cheryl is our winner, folks. Congratulations!
Yay! Thank you so much.
Thank you, we will talk, and I will send that out to you.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for calling in, and we will talk to you soon.
All right, bye, guys.
Bye, thank you.
And so she won. So that's it. Don't worry. That's it for the phone call. She got it. She totally got it. And what's funny is Dawn came on. It was back in the '90s. I think early '90s, I believe.
Is she still around as a viable character?
No, she died.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
That's why I say Monica keeps losing children.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So they all
kill all of her kids.
all of her kids. And Dawn was one of the first ones. And I think Dawn was involved with Ned, if I remember correctly, back in the day. I want to say that because they're not biologically related.
Yeah.
Remember, Monica and Ned were involved.
Yes. Good times there.
Yes,
Little
they're-
tennis
little
instructions.
Yeah,
Yes.
tennis. So Dawn was somebody from back in the day, and she never mentions Dawn, which is kind of crazy. That was her first child. She mentions her other kids. Come on, Ryder. She did have another child who was on the show for several years. So that's kind of crazy. And folks out there, thanks for participating. We will have more giveaways, and we'll have more things going on. And just stay tuned to our Facebook page. You can see what we decide to give away and what's going on. So we're
Still throwing out a dream date with Lucretia. Still throwing that out, guys.
Still throwing it out there. That's
Hashtag
right.
us GH Reports if you want to get a prison prize for 600.
Yeah. I like PF Chang's guys.
That's right. That orange chicken is the bomb. That orange chicken is the bomb. So that we will have more giveaways, and we are working on having more guests on. Right now it's the holiday season, so a lot of people are out of town and stuff. So in the new year we'll have some people back on. So we'll have all kinds of stuff to give away to you guys. I guess that's it for our show today. I guess we'll do some predictions, and we'll do some predictions.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ TV
Predictions. Ooh, it's like extra.
Right?
I know it's still going. I'm like, I love it. Okay, my prediction is going to be that Liz could just get torn apart for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
And
One
I
by
hope
one.
that is my 12 Days of Christmas. But I have heard that Liz is going to be sharing scenes with Franco coming up. But I really hope it's as a patient because Liz was an artist.
Yes, she was.
And so she needs therapy. So that's how she could share scenes because Franco's with Nina. Don't let him hurt Nina.
No, actually, that'd be
interesting.
but that's a
Yeah.
cool way of getting them together. That's a
Yeah.
cool connection.
Good,
Oh,
really
that-
good, bringing up history because Liz needs to paint or something.
Yeah, like everybody's saying, Elizabeth she'll be redeemed. I mean, this isn't the end of the road. I mean, people have done a lot worse on this show. Tony Geary raped Laura. I mean, hello. I mean, I'm sorry. Luke raped Laura. I didn't mean to say Tony Geary. But I mean, he got redeemed on some level. So I mean, Liz could be easily redeemed. So any predictions, you guys? Anything you guys are thinking?
I'm going to predict if Jerry's if they're really adhering to this 48-hour rule with Robin there, then I feel like somehow her drug will work and Helena will be resurrected. But then after that, somehow the rest of the Scorpios will come in, they blow up everything. He loses access to all that kind of the rest of that miracle cure-all, but it at least resurrects Helena.
Oh, interesting.
I would like
Helena,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
so Helena's still on the canvas then, but you can't get anything else out of it.
Okay, interesting. Okay. Oh wait a minute. Franco is her cousin. Let's see. Weber. I don't think they're related by blood.
Yeah, because Heather was married to Liz's dad, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're not related.
Yeah,
by
she's
blood,
not. She's not a Weber by birth. She's a Weber by marriage. Yeah, that's right. I was thinking the same thing. So they're not. They're cousins through marriage. Like her and Laura are cousins through marriage, but it's a whole weird. They're not.
Yeah, because technically she's related to Lucky and Nicholas.
Yeah, exactly.
Too.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it's kind of weird. So yeah. So I just saw that and I was like, I don't think so. Any other predictions at all, or we think we We got it.
Everything just seems like it's gonna. It's so obvious.
Yeah,
what's to
it
come.
is kind of obvious. Everything is kind of obvious.
Well, does anybody have a quick thought about now that we all thought that the Liz reveal was going to happen at the big Nutcracker event there? Now that that's off the table,
right?
What kind of is there anything that you see on the horizon that could be a viable thing to happen there?
I just can't. I don't know. Sabrina, maybe.
Carlos, something
and Michael,
happened.
because he's a Quartermaine.
Right.
He'll be there.
Yeah, but if we got to drag it out that long, I'm going to be so sad.
Wasn't that far away? It's only a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
Right. Because that
Too
Jason
long for you.
reveal was so small, we have to be expecting something for that ball.
Yeah, I think so too. There's something, I don't know what it is, but you're right. But I'm thinking, because it's only a couple of weeks away, I know it's a long time for some of us, but I think it's going to be that, for some weird reason.
Do you see anything like with the arms that been in Ava's gallery? Did that come into play?
With Raj.
They do a big dynasty thing that where they
Moldavia wedding.
Yes.
I love that season ending. It was ridiculous, and I loved it. Everybody just laying there because all their contracts were up in real life. Yes, I love that. I love that one. Back in the '80s, if you were watching the '80s. Or something. Yeah, or something happens there, or with the whole Julian and it all comes together at that. Everybody gets shot, or something happens, or hostage again, like Metro Court hostage thing with Jerry Jackson and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was one of the better storylines.
That was one of the great storylines.
Back then, they had a lot of bad ones, but that one was good.
Someone says maybe Paul being exposed. I wonder if that's
too quick.
Maybe I think it's too quick to you guys. I'm not sure. I don't think or everybody finds out about Liz, but I think they're gonna find. I think they're all gonna find out just within the next couple of weeks.
Unless Tracy starts being onto Paul and what he's doing.
Yeah.
I don't think Tracy would have a problem with what Paul's doing though.
Yeah,
that's the thing. Is I think she'd be like, oh, he's going after Sonny. All right.
Yeah, she's like,
she hates Sonny.
Yeah, she hates Sonny. That's one thing. She's not a fan of that man at all. She's made that known for years. So anyway, I guess that's So I guess we'll just see. I guess we'll be watching like you guys, and we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. I believe that. Christmas Day and there's no episodes. I think is it 3? I don't remember if Christmas Eve there's episodes or not.
Don't they usually like one of those like fantasy type episodes too?
Oh, or something. Sometimes. Yeah. So we have all next week will be a full week next week, but the following week I'm not sure how that's gonna work. It'll be interesting.
Yeah. All I'll say with Tracy though is I hope that it's not another thing where she's gonna be like played like a dummy, like a fool was, but that she was with Fluke.
Oh, yeah,
that
Fluke.
I'm cool if she doesn't now like that she's kind of being covert in a pursuit of ELQ. That if she finds out what Paul's doing and she's cool with that, but I mean she knows about it. Mm-hmm. Whether she's helping him or opposing him, but that she knows what's going on. I want that for Tracy.
I like that. That's another get him to the ER stick. Kind of like just keep her in check, keep her in line. Yeah. I kind of like that also. Sure, why not? So, and that was our week of Port Charles news, gossip, and reviews. You can follow us on our Facebook page, which is the GH Report, and also use the hashtag ABTVGH Report or GH Report or anything with GH Report in it on Twitter and Instagram. We will find it. We'll talk to you as you guys have been doing so far. Tell them where they can find you guys.
Oh, you can follow me on Twitter at HappyGoJackie, and then you can see me every other Tuesday at IO West performing with my improv team, Max.
And you can find me on Twitter at Ladine_Harvey.
You can find me anywhere at Lacretia Lyon, and later tonight at 10 p.m. on the Ash vs. Evil Dead after show. Ooh. I might bring my foam chainsaw again.
Your foam And you can find me on all the interwebs, Black Hope LA on Twitter, James Lott Jr. on Facebook, L Black Hope on Instagram. Mm-hmm. I'm also on Periscope. Many of you guys Periscope with me all the time. I think that's still L Black Hope or Black Hope LA. Can't remember on that one. Mm-hmm. And of course, my radio show every Friday morning, Super Organized Universe Radio on AdrenalineRadio.com. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.